So I think the old way of selling on Amazon via private label is nearing an end. We're going to be talking about why that is, but for the most part, there's a lot of competition selling very similar products. I'm going to show you how to change that. So if we come to Amazon and we type in something like fly fishing chest pack, what we're going to see is all the results of those things, obviously. Have you ever noticed when you're looking through Amazon, of course you've noticed this if you're a private label seller, you'll see the same exact product from two different brands. So Allen and Bear Creek selling the same different pouch here. We have Light Bear selling this, and then Ubkursko, horrible brand name, selling the same exact thing. And then what's the only difference now? What's the only thing that you can change? Comment down below if you know what's the only thing you can change if you sell the same exact product as someone else. Well, there's a couple things you can change, so let me be more specific. You can change your your images. Obviously use a different photographer. After you change your images, what else is left? Pretty much just the price, right? That's what ends up happening. And I'm sure even if you go and you went, oh, I'm going to add more colors, I'm going to have this vest, I'm going to have it in every color that they make it in. Well, yeah, you've added variations, but there's nothing stopping anyone from doing the same thing. Again, because you're just going to that same supplier on Alibaba. And really quickly, if you do appreciate the time that I put into making these videos, or potentially the jokes that I make, then do me a favor and leave a like down below or subscribe. And as a thank you for doing that, here is a picture of a baby raccoon. And literally within one search, I was able to find the vest. So here it is, the same one that everyone's ordering. And don't get confused, you'll see sometimes that multiple suppliers sell the exact same product. Well, that's wholesale, right? So maybe it's from one manufacturer and they all actually get their hands on one product. And they're not actually manufacturing this. They're actually getting it and they're serving themselves as kind of a middleman before you to the manufacturer, and they're wholesaling it to you at a specific price of like $6 per unit, $7 per unit, $9 per unit, etc. So what if we all do that, right? We all, no matter which one of those ones we're working with, we go and we order each individual color, we can all make that change. So you end up in this kind of self-fulfilling prophecy where everyone has the same product. Well, not everyone, right? Everyone's going to select something slightly different, but several people on the same page will have the same product, same different color variations. And then look, this one's $35, this one's $29. So what's going to happen is, as these sellers keep competing with each other, next one drives the price down, drives the price down, drives the price down. It might have worked really well for a year or 2 years or 6 months, or maybe even just as short as 3 months, but eventually that's going to start cutting into your margins. As long as someone can keep ordering your product and selling it, and you're not doing anything other than just selling it on Amazon, yeah, that's going to have a negative effect on your business. So really, what are the only two options that we have now to escape that? Let's go over that. Well, the first step is going to be intellectual property, right? Is there anything that you can do to legally separate yourself from your competitors? Yes, of course, right? We've all heard of patents, and in private label, it's a scary word. Hey, make sure it's not patented. But as brand builders, we can establish a patent for our newly customized product, make sure that other people don't sell it. And is it going to be over $1,000, a few thousand, depending on the patent, depending on how, yeah, it might be. But if your product is selling well and you have good proof of concept, that's going to prevent a lot of heartache down the line with price wars, people, ripping off your product, counterfeit products, etc. So let's look at that. Now, you pretty much have two options when it comes to filing a patent. You can file a patent application on your own, as it says here on the USPTO, or the United States Trademark and Patent and Trademark Offices. It's going to be a difficult process, and you're going to have to look into it. As my mentor always said, if you can pay someone to do something the right way instead of you doing it the wrong way 3 times, pay someone to do it the right way if you can afford to do so. So that's true of all the things that I do, whether it's accounting or something like filing a patent, a utility patent, or whatever it may be, a design patent for your product so that no one else can sell it. Here's step 1. You can do it yourself if you're the real bootstrap kind of person, or you can use a patent attorney or an agent to assist you in preparing your application. And that is, of course, what I would recommend. Now, what's the other step, really? I said 2 things. What would that be? Well, it would be establishing your own audience that assigns the value proposition of your company to being related to your company. Now, that might have been a confusing way of saying that, but what I mean is that the customer wants the Sage fly fishing rod. So if the same exact thing, a 7-weight, 13-foot, 6-inch spey rod, is on Amazon and it's half the price, it won't matter because it's not Sage. It's not the same one. It's not the one with the brand on it that I want. That's why you can only go so far with, counterfeit lookalike designer markets, because obviously they're never going to surpass the real thing, right? It's not the same. Oh, I could go buy that, on AliExpress for $5. Why would I ever buy the $500 version? Well, I think you know why. There's something there, right? There's something that it feels like something to be attached to a certain brand, to know that it's the original one and not the counterfeit, etc. So you can start building out your own website, your own audience, your own following on Instagram. And then even if there's the rip-off version, well, most people will want the better version. So we can go to apparel or accessories and, find a fly fishing jacket. I don't think Sage, slightly bad example, makes a fly fishing jacket. But we can go buy something from them directly on their website. And now Amazon competitors are just that. They're just Amazon competitors. So let me break that down for you for a second. Now, I get this question all the time in my one-on-one Zoom calls with my students. They'll be like, how can I prevent competitors from selling my product? Or how can I prevent, competition? Now, competition's a good thing. It means that there's customers to be fought over, right? It means that it's a good sign that you're in a space with enough customers to support a 6 or 7 figure business if people are trying to do what you want to do. So don't look at that as a bad thing. What we could say is that, well, Amazon competitors are just that. They're Amazon competitors. They're competing for Amazon's traffic. Now, it's a good amount of traffic to compete for. 50% of online sales, e-commerce sales, are going to come from Amazon. So it's outrageous to think that you shouldn't have at least a listing up on Amazon. However, what if we're leaving half of our sales on the table, that those competitors have no chance of, getting in front of those customers? They're not on our Instagram. They're not on our website. They're not on our email list, right? So why did we start getting so narrow-minded on this? Why is it Shopify versus Amazon? Why is it, Amazon wholesale versus retail? Like, everything can work. There's all kinds of customers out there. You want to be in front of every single one of your dream customers. So I read a really interesting book lately called Traffic Secrets by Russell Brunson, in which he talks about building your dream 100. Now, let's get into that really quick. So building an audience is hard, and I can personally say that as I've been trying to build a YouTube audience here around my educational tutorials around e-commerce business here on YouTube for 4 years. It's hard work, right? I know that it's hard to build an audience. It's not just as easy as like, oh, go build an audience, get all these customers. I know it's hard. And that's why in this book, Russell Brunson talks about the idea of finding people who've already done that and then building connections with those people. My girlfriend just brought me the most incredible salad. So the central focus of this Dream 100 thing is find people who already have built those audiences and then create relationships with them. That's where we were. So many people get this wrong because they go straight for trying to pay them, which can work. Hey, I want to pay you money to do something. Very good way of getting their attention. However, the connection can be organic. So you don't have to pay them, and it's not going to be reliant on it. It's just that they essentially become an ambassador of what you're doing. They really like using your products, so they tell their audiences about your products for free. I've done this many times. People don't sponsor me, and I say, hey, I love this product. The key to this is, what can you give to them, right? So maybe I wouldn't start by asking these people to do things for me. And this is just one example. I literally just went fly fishing on Instagram, and then I just clicked on one of the first posts that came up, so we could go to this guy's post. I'm sure he has a channel. So Rob Russell. Well, that sounds a lot like Russell Brunson. Oh, Rob Russell. Okay. Rob Russell. Okay. Okay, so again, he's a guide, 7,000 followers. Not a whole lot of followers. I would aim for someone that has somewhere between 20 to maybe 50 to 100,000 followers. So we want to get in front of as many people as we possibly can. We want it to have the most impact if we're going to reach out to them. So I would start, again, Dream 100. Who's the best out of all people that you've looked through their content? And this doesn't just mean Instagram. This means, we could go to fly fishing forums. We can look at people that have a lot of authority in those spaces, or the owners of the forums. Advertising on the side right here, the perfect fly fishing thing pops up right there. As we can see, there was something that said fishing piers down there. So they're obviously keying in on that term fishing. There's so many ways that we can get in front of these people. So to sum up, right, you have this product, and the reason I say this is coming to an end, the end days are near, is like, I'm not doing that anymore, okay? I'm not going to Alibaba, I'm not ordering something that already exists and just putting it on Amazon. Like, I'm literally not doing that at all. My model is completely brand building focused, where I'm making completely customized products. So already, you can't just order them. And then making that connection to your customer, connection to your audience, and getting them on your page. So the key important thing to take away from today, like this is like changing my life right now, would be the Dream 100. Focus on the Dream 100. Get a list, like literally make 100 influencers. just a list of them, and then provide some form of value to them. Send them your product for free without asking for anything in return. Get up to date on what they're doing and talk to them about it. And then you're a lot closer to having a well-established brand that actually makes sales and doesn't matter what people are doing on Amazon, while still having a successful several $1,000s per month Amazon listing in the meantime. Hope that made sense. Let me know if you have any questions down below. And if you liked the video, I'd appreciate it if you can like the video and subscribe down below. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Later.